And your video is also not there. I think you are attending the class or not, I don't know. Mr. Vikas. Smita, your video is also not on. Okay, Vandana will tell something. Vandana. Vandana Dubey, would you like to say? Vandana Dubey.
Sir,
So I am keep on marking absent to those who are not speaking.
hello.
It means they are not attending the class.
I am here.
Vandana, your video is not there.
One week, sir. I am.
You're not visible. Tejpal Needle. Tejpal. Mr. Tejpal Needle. Sonam God. Sonam God. I will keep on marking absent to you for the other classes also. Those who are videos are not on, they are not attentive, they are not at all listening, and they are not responding. Then there is no use of attending this class, na? If you can better study at home or you can do yourself, then what is the need? Yes, Shalini.
Yes, Shalini.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Vandana, please tell what happened in yesterday's class.
Sir, you discussed about literature review, how we use.
Yes, not properly audible. Yes, Shalini ji, आप बताइए.
Sir, as Sukriti ma'am and Yashashvi already told, so many points that we discussed, like bibliography was there, how to, and many more, sir, so many things were there, but at this point, I'm not
Were you
able to
there in
recall.
yesterday's class?
Yes, sir, I was there.
How come you're not remembering the things? Vanna Dubey has prepared herself. वन्ना जी आप अच्छी लग रही हैं. अब आप थोड़ा सा इस पे लाइट थ्रो कीजिए. थोड़ा सा अपना मोबाइल भी सीधा कर लीजिए, नहीं तो मुझे आपको ऐसे करके देखना पड़ेगा. अभी पता चलेगा सबके वीडियोस में सबके सब ऐसे ऐसे हो गए. हाँ हाँ वंदना बताइए.
Sir, in last class we discussed about
आप थोड़ा सा लिखा कीजिए क्लास में.
Yes, sir.
लिखे ना तब याद रहता है. खाली भाषण सुनने से कोई प्रवचन थोड़ी है जो अपन सुने और हो गया काम. प्रभु के उसमें लीन हो गए और प्रवचन सुन लिया सरदार जी का सुबह सुबह बस, और क्या चाहिए अपने को. हो गई पीएचडी. ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. थोड़ा लिखेंगे ना तो आपको याद रहेगा. मैं इसलिए रिवाइज करवाता हूँ, इसलिए किसी को भी उठाए कभी से भी पूछ रहा हूँ. देखिए तेजपाल मिडल जी गायब है, सोनम गौड़ का पता ही नहीं है. अब ये सब है ही नहीं ना, इनके वीडियो है ना इनके ऑडियो है. खाली पता नहीं. मेरे को तो ये भी डाउट है पीछे से किसी और को इन्होंने यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड दे दिया है तो वो लॉग इन करके बैठे हैं. आइए सोनम जी, नमस्कार.
सर मैंने एक्चुअली डेस्कटॉप से कनेक्ट किया हुआ था, इसीलिए उसमें नहीं दिख रहा था वीडियो.
नहीं तो यही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ. तो अपन जितना सिंसियरली अपन करेंगे ना उतना ही ज्यादा अपन उसको उसमें ध्यान दे पाएंगे. और ये मैं आपको बता दूं, दिस इज अ गोल्डन फेज ऑफ योर लर्निंग. आप यहाँ पे जितने मर्जी क्वेश्चन पूछिए मेरे से, आई विल आंसर दैट. आई एम रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दैट.
यस सर.
यू विल नॉट आंसर मी ओवर हियर. आपके गाइड आपको बोलेंगे और मुझे भी बोलेंगे यार वो क्या पढ़ाया सरदार जी ने, कुछ समझ में नहीं आया आपको, क्या फायदा हुआ कोर्स वर्क अटेंड करने का. सो माई पर्पज विल नॉट बी. और ये सब मैं सुन नहीं सकता. आप पता नहीं सुन सकते हो कि नहीं सुन सकते कि भाई आपने क्या पढ़ा क्या नहीं पढ़ा. आई कांट लिसन अबाउट माई स्टूडेंट्स ऑल्सो, फॉर मी ऑल्सो. आई कांट इवन लिसन कि भाई मेरे स्टूडेंट्स को कोई ऐसा कह दे कि भाई आपको ये नहीं आता. आई विल बी रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दैट. आई कंसिडर इट एज सच. So that is the reason why I want you to be attentive. Yes, Sonam, what you would like to tell? What we studied yesterday?
Sir, we studied about it, how we mention the references and bibliography. What are the different type of concept to mentioning our references?
Very good. So you might have seen that how I just use MS Word in order to enter the references. What are the various
Yes.
types of?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? So that is something we have never touched in MS Word sometimes, because वो तो काम ही नहीं आता हमारे, कभी यूज ही नहीं होता है. सही है? We do not use it more.
Yes.
But that is the thing, how you have to. There are various types of references. Just एक click कीजिए and the reference will change in the way you want. How good it is. That is the use of technology you should do. Right? So Sonam, और मैं जिन से आज पूछा मैं वापस कल पूछूंगा. Okay, so
Yes.
in the class, keep on writing the things, because these names I have already noted and these are being recorded also. आपको मालूम है ना, recording चलता है रोज.
Yes.
These are being recorded also. So
Yes,
tomorrow
sir.
again I will just before entering the class I will listen the recording, who were the names, or otherwise I have also taken a note of it. Okay.
No, sir. I already raised my hand.
ठीक है, fine, that's okay. Yeah. So Mr. Tejpal Needle still not available. आपको उधर दिख रहा है? मैंने आपको अभी पिन कर रखा है. You are there on the main screen. मालूम है आपको? You three of you are on the main screen. तेजपाल जी तो अभी तक है नहीं. Yeah. Fine. So let me just ask someone else also. देखते हैं. Yes. Ravina Sisodia. Are you there, Ravina? Ravina Sisodia, are you there? Ravina Sisodia कहाँ है? Ravina Sisodia, not there. I will mark absent. These all are the new names. Yes, Mr. Rajpal Chaudhary. राजपाल जी देखिए.
यस सर.
वीडियो नहीं है.
हेलो.
हाँ राजपाल.
हाँ सर.
वेयर इज योर वीडियो राजपाल?
एक मिनट सर.
नहीं तो व्हाई इट वाज नॉट ऑन बिफोर? पूजा नहलानी, वेयर आर यू पूजा?
सर लाइट
Yes,
नहीं है
sir.
सर, तो मैं रूम के अंदर बैठा हूँ तो
Okay.
आ नहीं रहा सर.
हाँ राजपाल जी.
सर लाइट नहीं है तो सर रूम के अंदर.
लाइट नहीं है तो बाहर धूप निकली हुई है, वहां आ जाओ ना. यस, नीलाभ कुमार, नीलाभ गुप्ता. Yes, Mr. Nilab, please tell me what was there in the yesterday's class, what we studied. Yes, Pooja, would you like to throw some light?
Yeah, sir. Actually, sir, one thing which I really liked about yesterday class was the idea which you gave that when we make literature review, we should like store our articles, because we just write the abstract, or we can say the literature review part, but we never have the original article saved with us. So you told us this one thing, that I made a specific mail where I store all my articles. So which is one thing
Good,
which I
good.
really like, and I want to like use this in future.
That is what you can say is the review management technique,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, review
How can you manage the reviews, and you can manage your PhD in that way rather. So have you just prepared the email ID or not?
I am going to, sir, because right now I was working with the literature review, but I was saving it in the Word file only, the articles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
And one thing more I wanted to share, sir, I have even like started using this one like software which is known as Zotaro.
Zotero
There,
is one.
yeah,
It's a free software available,
yeah.
so that
So,
can be used. So
yeah,
Pooja, I will invite you someday to the class to just tell everyone the use of this Zotero. Okay.
yeah,
So
sure,
prepare
sir.
yourself. I will make you a presenter. Then you can share the screen and we will have something, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
sure. Yeah,
likewise, and Pooja, one more thing. Why don't you
yeah,
just keep it as an expert lecture? Just give your name as an expert lecture, particularly for this, and give a session on it. Means 20,
yeah,
30 minutes. You can just spare out your time so that by this everyone these things even I'm not able to. I use some other ways to do it, but I may find it useful again. So would
yeah.
like to learn it from you, Pooja.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure, sir. I'll prepare it and then I would deliver the lecture shortly.
excellent. Fine, Pooja.
Thank,
Thank you.
thank.
Yeah. Nilab ji, राजपाल चौधरी जी, नीलाभ जी, यू आर नॉट ऑडिबल. आप अपने आप को थोड़ा अनम्यूट तो कीजिए.
Good morning, sir.
हाँ, गुड मॉर्निंग.
Previous class, we have studied the bibliography, literature review, and references. How we use references in literature. Different references when we use in literature. Some study on the references, and in literature, when we work on literature, some more work on analysis on the research work.
ओके, तो आपको कल की क्लास से कुछ फायदा हुआ कि नहीं?
यस सर, बहुत फ़ायदा हुआ और मैं खुद एक पेपर पे काम कर रहा हूँ. मेरा टॉपिक है रिलायबिलिटी एंड मेंटेनेंस एनालिसिस इंजीनियरिंग. तो मैंने अभी स्टार्ट करा है, तो मुझे जो लिटरेचर आपने क्लास ली थी तो उससे कुछ फ़ायदा हुआ कि अपन को किस हिसाब से कैसे काम करना है, ये चीज़ मैंने देखा. मैंने आपकी प्रीवियस क्लासेस ली थी तो उससे फ़ायदा हुआ सर.
ठीक है, फाइन. हाँ राजपाल जी, चलिए. थैंक यू नीलाभ जी, थैंक यू.
थैंक यू सर.
या fine, we have just now seen the glimpses of Rajpal and would like to invite the first person whom I interacted with the while opening up of this PhD coursework, and she was the one who was most active in the initial days, but in the previous days I heard that she has been found COVID positive, and still she is in the class making her up. Gitika Mishra, where are you? We have been missing you in the class from a long time. Gitika, are you there? Yes. Yeah, Ritu ma'am. Yeah, Smita, yes, you want to say something?
Sir, I just wanted to say that I was there in the class, but I don't know, due to some network issues, the video, not the video, neither the microphone was working. So I didn't reply you at that time.
Okay, no
But I
problem.
was there in the class, and I just wanted to, I myself wanted to give you that feedback that those referencing thing which you taught yesterday in MS Word was really a new thing for me, and I was quite impressed that how easily we can
You will
do.
get to know many other new things regarding literature review itself. They will be
And we
studying
will,
sources of literature review. So I will start the class. I think Gitika is also not well. That's why she might not be responding. It's okay. Yeah, Ravina Sisodia, would you like to say something? Or are you there? I don't think you are there. Anyways. Okay, fine. The final word from Ritu madam.
Yes. So, for yesterday's class, I would only wanted to highlight one really important thing, especially for me. I guess it was the most information packed kind of a class, because for the process of literature review, something which we are currently going on, so it somehow seems to be more relevant right away, because some of the areas of interest we have probably already chosen, and some more things like hypothesis and objective we are yet to reach. So that's why probably literature review is what something we are struggling with. We are currently into already the mode. So there are a lot of confusions going on, and that's how probably yesterday's class was the most relevant thing. And there were 9 points that I would want to would want to highlight. That there were 9 points about even just the process of literature review. Like I start from identifying the research topic was the first one. Second, we also talked about the secondary sources, review of the secondary sources, where we talked about how the old situation was, how the researches earlier were done, and how advantageous situation that we are today, that we have the access to the sources and we just have to smartly manage it. So the dynamic is the word that I have picked up from that the journals, we talked about conferences, we talked about communities in that. Then we also, there were 4 points or 4 strategies about planning your research strategies. And those 4 were really important points. That one, we talked about identifying the primary sources. We also discussed about relevant journals. You know, that was really, really important. I would just put it into semicolon and put it as a keyword to me, that relevant journals is the important point. And we also spoke about two things which probably I would not have even referred till now, which was about using your personal networks and also involving into communities so that there is a lot of exchange of ideas. So that's why I thought probably elaborating on each and every point what was being talked about yesterday is really important for us right away. Then definitely there were few points which have already been discussed, like obtaining the complete research resource, or maybe obtaining the complete text. There was a good, amazing demonstration about how the referencing and citation could be smartly managed, and how we can organize the data, and how important the organization of data becomes when you are actually managing your literature review. It is not only organization, but it really helps you in analyzing things, putting them in order. It is not just managerial job, definitely. It is a lot to do with the analysis part of even or making the use of that literature. So that's what was one important point I thought we must talk about for yesterday's thing again. And that evaluation was another thing we have discussed, that we have to evaluate. So it's just not reading and then organizing things, but you just have to make. Sometimes it happens that I have read a complete book and after that I realize, okay, probably 2-3 days and nothing much has come out of it. So it's okay. It's not time wasted, definitely, but at least we know what is not to be included in our core subject. So that was another aspect, that evaluation was really important. And then synthesis, use of literature review was something that sir has already mentioned, 3 points, that conceptual framework. Then there was planned research question and hypothesis. Now there is somewhere we are probably heading to. I suppose all of my colleagues would agree to this. That this is what probably we are in, that we are now heading to find out what probably we are looking at as our research questions, and what exactly do we think our hypothesis is going to be. So, excellent. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, excellent, Ritu madam. And this was what we did. And today, let me just take you to the presentation itself. We will be discussing about what are the primary and secondary sources of literature reviews. And further, we will be discussing something about that means what are the difficulties we have and what are the pitfalls. Pitfalls are something, you can say a pit is something which is called a gadda. So when we just go inside the gadda, it is difficult to come out sometimes. So there comes the role of your PhD supervisor also. Okay, so these things we will be going to study today. So let me take you to the presentation now, and we will be discussing the things further. Yeah. So here we go. So this is, I think, yes. So what the thing we are going to do today is the primary and the secondary source of the literature review. So means there are, you can say the primary sources are always okay. You just first tell me what type of data is literature review itself. What type of data is a literature review? We mostly consider it as a secondary source, right? Because this is something which has already been published, and from there itself we are picking up some things. So literature review is something already published, so we normally consider it as a secondary source only, but it is sometimes a primary source, because that particular thing which has been published for the first time, that will be required, that will be considered as the primary source. So primary source are the first-hand evidences left behind by the participants or the observer at the time of the events. Now see, I have already told you that the literature review, the scope of the literature review is very wide. Wide in the sense that literature review itself is something which is which has been addition to the knowledge. It is something literary, we say. Okay, so anything which is literary will come in the preview of the literature review. Just hold on. Yes. Yeah, sorry for the interruption actually. Yeah, so I was discussing about what the literature review is and how, and what are the primary sources. So if we see those things which are left behind by the researchers and the participants or the observers, they are called the primary source. So they are the original materials on which the other research is developed. So that's why this can be called as a primary source or something like that, which has evolved. And inference, if you are using the inference already made inference out of it, then it will come in the secondary. But those things which are not inferred as such, with the inference of which has not been published, and you are not using those inferences, but you are using those original sources or original materials as such, and they are the first formal appearance of the results in the physical print or the electronic format whatsoever. So they will be called as a primary source. So they present the original thinking, the report discovery, or you can say they share the new information at all. So these will be called the primary source. You can just see the examples. There are artifacts are there. Suppose some coins are there, plant specimens, fossils, some old furniture, tools, clothing. Okay, all from the time under the study. So whatever time frame you are taking under the study, in that if we find these type of things and we are making a fresh inference out of it, then these sources will be called the primary source of literature review. For example, you have yesterday I told you about the recordings. Remember that if you are going with something, so you are taking some interview or you are just going with some audio recordings. So those audio recordings which you have developed for the first time will be the primary source of the literature. Suppose some diaries you have found. Okay, some internet communication on emails are there. Interviews, for example, oral histories, telephone, or you can say email. Even you can refer an email which has come to you. Okay, so some newspaper articles are written at some time, some original documents or some other primary source of the literature which comes in your preview, or you are able to just access those things, then such sources will be called the primary source of literature review. At the same time, there will be secondary source of literature review also. So secondary source of literature review are less easily defined than the primary sources, or you can say generally they are account written after the fact, or fact with the benefit or the hindsight. It means that you have already referred it and somebody has referred the original source and somebody has written something out of it. He has published something out of it. He has actually inferred out of it. Now those interpretation, evaluation, inferences of the primary sources which has already been published, you are making your inference out of those sources, then it will be called a secondary source of literature review. It means that sometimes this happens sometimes only, that sometimes a same source can be referred to as a primary or it can be referred to as a secondary also. There is no problem in that. Okay, so secondary sources are not they are not evidences. Now this is a difference. that what is the difference between the primary source and the secondary source. The secondary source of literature review, they are not evidences, whereas the primary sources are evidences. For example, we have talked about the coins, the artifacts, the fossils, these all things are the primary source. If somebody has taken an inference out of it and already written a paper, then that will be a secondary source for you, because you are referring that paper as such in your own writing your own literature review, right? So that will be the secondary source for you. But if you are directly referring that particular artifact, that particular cloth, that particular design, that particular piece of architecture from your point of view, for example, Ritu madam can go to Nalanda, okay, and just see the architecture over there from her point of view. That will be a literature review, that will be a primary source of literature review for her while writing her own literature review, right? At the same time, when she is referring something who has already been published, and the inference of what they have observed over there, you are writing that, now it becomes a secondary source. Let me tell you, primary sources are the most authentic one in which you are making your inferences for the first time. Okay, so that, yeah, but one thing is there, the inference which you have made might have been made by someone else before. So there is a little, you can say, a glitch regarding that the inferences which already has been made by someone, now you are making it again. So that will be a duplication that may not be considered as such. So that's why whenever we are doing literature review, we must have that what others have seen. If the others have seen something and you are saying something new out of that original source, that will be more authentic. Okay, so secondary sources are not evidence, but rather commentary on the discussion and the evidences. And if you are using those commentary, then you will be using the secondary source, not the primary one. For example, the bibliographies is there, bibliographical works are there, commentaries, you can say some criticisms, okay, dictionaries, encyclopedias, these all are the secondary sources, histories are there. So these all are the forms of the secondary source of literature review. Yeah, any question up till now? Any question regarding the discussions of this primary and secondary source, if you want to ask? Okay, so should I proceed?
Sir, can I ask something?
Yeah, sure. Please raise your hand when I ask you, then तुरंत एक वो raise hand का बटन है वो दबा दिया कीजिए. Yes, निखिल रंजन जी बताइए सर.
Yes, sir. Can you please take a simple example to differentiate between primary sources and secondary?
What is your area?
So my area is malware analysis.
Sorry, malware analysis. Okay, fine. Yes, so what is a malware?
Sir, malware is a kind of virus.
Virus, absolutely. So suppose, for example, you are considering that virus is a program. It is very clear to everyone. Virus is nothing but a program. Now you have that particular virus which is going to affect the computer as such, right? Now the genesis of that virus, that how it is going to affect the computer, you can write up a research paper on that. When you are directly mentioning that particular virus as such as a source, okay, and you are doing some research out of it, you are making some inference out of that particular virus and you are writing something, that will be a primary, that particular virus will be a primary source, right? Now suppose, for example, you have successfully written a research paper on it, right, Nikhil? And that research paper has been published. Now what happens, that one of our, suppose for example, Anant Kumar ji is there. Anant Kumar ji has seen that literature review and he is actually trying to write something which you have inferred. And suppose he wants to write some critics that you have not mentioned or something like that. So whatever he will be writing, referring your literature, referring your research paper will be a secondary source for him. Right? Got it? Is it clear to you? Now, yes, when for example, let me just take an example of the recent COVID-19. Those researchers who are working directly on the virus of the COVID-19, right? That COVID-19 virus itself is a primary source, the evidence on the basis of which they are writing the research papers. But those people who do not have the access of this particular dangerous virus of COVID-19. They are referring the research paper written by those people. So the inferences which I am making out of the research paper written by someone else is a secondary source for me. But those people, those who are writing the something on the basis of this virus itself is a primary source for them, or it is a evidence actually. So they have created a evidence and you are inferring those evidences. So when you are inferring those evidences, then it is a secondary source. But when you are directly working on that particular primary thing, then it will be a primary source.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah, got it, sir.
Satisfied?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
In your way of understanding, Nikhil Ranjanji.
Yes, sir.
In the
Thank you,
computer
sir.
way, in the virus way of understanding, I suppose. Right?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Anant Kumarji, you have some question. Thank you, Nikhilji.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anandji, you have some questions, sir? You're not audible. Unmute yourself. Anandji, unmute yourself, please. Not audible, sir. Okay, we'll take a question from Anupama Verma. Meanwhile, Anandji, you just try to unmute yourself. Okay. Yeah, Anupama Verma.
Yes, sir. As you told, sir, there are two sources, primary source and secondary source. Now, my research area is mass communication, and most of the time, I think we get secondary source as a literature review. So,
No
sir,
problem. Your mass communication is your area, no?
Yes, sir.
So Anupama ji, what you can do is, if you really want to go with some primary source, if there is something in your heart that I would like to just go with some primary source, तो आपके उसमें वो बोलते हैं ना मौका वारदात पे जाइए,
yes, sir.
है ना? तो आप मौका वारदात पे जाकर अपना investigation, if you will go and do your investigation at the spot of the instance, right, where that particular instance has happened, you can generate the primary source also.
Okay.
Okay, Anupama?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anything else you want to ask, Anupama?
No, sir. No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anupama. Yeah. Yes, Shalini. Shalini.
Sir, suppose, yes, sir. Sir, suppose Nikhil ji has published one paper. In that paper, he has given many references, and I took those references, and through those references, I inferred something and I published that. Right. Then which one will be the primary source for me? Like, I took those references from Nikhil's paper, but anyways, that is somewhere else. So which will be the primary source for me? I mean,
so for you, there will be no primary source.
Sorry?
There will be no primary source for you, but still your work is a literary work. It is not necessary always that you have to have a primary source only. Not necessary. And it is not a crime to just write a paper on secondary source at all. So don't consider yourself that what I will do, just like just now, this girl, what I just forgot the name. Abhi pucha tha na, Anupama was there, right? Yeah. So she asked that कि सर मैं कहाँ से develop करूँ? तो वही मौका वारदात पे जाने की जरूरत नहीं है हमेशा, और आपके लिए मौका वारदात क्रिएट नहीं होगी. So it's okay if you write, because what happens that even if you are writing some good critic, right? If you are writing a really good critic out of those things which have already published, sometimes क्या होता है कि those people, those who are publishing from the primary source, they might lack in the research methodology portion. They do not know how to actually do the research. The methodology might be wrong. The test which they have applied might be wrong. So you can write on that. That will be, even that particular critic will, I think, be having a higher value than what he has written. So what he will do is, if he will be aware of that, what are the critics and the comments coming on my paper, then he will revise it. Okay, and he will quote you. When he will be writing his next paper, he will quote you that this critic was written in one of the paper by one of the scholar whose name is Paul Cialini 2020. Okay, if you write it in this year, it will be Paul Cialini 2020, and she has written this critic, and accordingly I am changing it. Or he will write some other critic out of it. He will give you the answer. So these type of things, when keeps on going, that what makes you a good researcher. Okay. Right? Yeah. Anant ji has
Sir,
actually.
am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, Anand ji. Come on.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, my query is, as you said, we are having primary and secondary sources, right, for the literature review. So, is there any impact on the paper what we are writing, that what is the proportion of primary or secondary?
No.
It doesn't matter.
It is just for your information only that what are primary and what are secondary. It will not make any impact. And even it means I do not think that there will be any impact particularly on that why you have not used primary sources. No, not at all. This is just for your information. Do not get confused, because most of the time you get the secondary sources itself, and it is safe sometimes to use a primary source. Okay, so we have our Amit Kumar ji is there with us, who actually is he has done his researches on Mokai Vardat. Okay, there is one person. Amit ji, are you there? Okay, so he is a person from BJMC who has actually witnessed the position along with the cameraman, if you remember. So he is one of the reporters who has worked for many TV channels also. Okay, along with the cameraman, he used to appear on the. So he was there at the. So that particular thing was a primary source for him, but his reports can be used by us in order to infer our things. So that can always be done. So no problem in that. No problem in that. Okay, so nothing is more important than anything else, right? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Ritu ma'am, you have something to say?
Yes, sir. I was wondering what could be the quality check for this primary?
I'm coming on that. My next slide
because
will
for
be.
Secondary, we have so many ways, but for primary, how do we check?
I am coming on what is a good literature review and what is a bad literature review, ma'am. Your question is very much relevant, and that actually indicates towards my next slides. And that should be the mind of a researcher, that okay, how should I be able to? Okay, amazing, ma'am. Really very good. And this is happening not for the first time. I think 2-3 times before also you have pointed out something which I was about to tell in my next lectures. No problem. It's really, I highly appreciate that. And the sincerity with which you are doing the things, really amazing. Thank you. Yeah, Amit ji, are you there online? Amit Sharma ji. Yeah. So yeah, Ruma Saha, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. Sir, the press release, especially from the government organization, can we consider it as a primary source or not?
Yeah, primary. It is not a primary resource, because it is a press release. Okay, press release from the government side can be considered. Because that is what is the evidence you are considering it as an evidence. You are not inferring out of it. That can be considered as a primary source, no problem. But if those releases have been, suppose editorial of newspapers, these are the
editorial is secondary source, but this press release we can consider it as a primary source for.
Absolutely. Yeah. Ananti, anything else you want to say?
Yes, sir, one more query.
Okay, fine. So Ananti, carry on.
In the primary source, sir, in the primary source, you have mentioned that newspaper article is considered as a primary source, but the article was already published by someone.
Yeah, that's what the thing is. So it's not a newspaper article. It's not a newspaper article as such. It can be just now what Ruma has asked. It is a press release from government, suppose, for example. That can be considered as a primary source. And sometimes articles are also considered as a primary one. Actually, what happens, I consider it as a secondary only. Why? Because articles are actually went into the head of someone and has been filtered as such. These do not create any evidences.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But if you are a lawyer, then these articles can also prove to be the evidences. Sometimes somewhere it has been published on the basis of which their own history, or they prepare their diary to present in the court, right? Okay. So there they can present it as a primary source also. Okay. So the same, that's what I told you before also. The same source can be a primary and same source can be secondary. It totally depends on how you infer it, right? Yeah. Thank you. Vandana Dubey, you want to say something, madam?
Yeah, yes, sir. Sir, if we do some delta changes in previous work, so it may be primary or secondary? For example, if we apply some new technology in previous system, and I will get some better performance in comparison to previous work. So it may be
So
primary or
previous,
secondary.
you are referring a previous work. Previous
Yeah,
work
yeah.
will always be a secondary one.
Okay, sir.
It has already been done, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you,
And
sir.
if you are referring to that particular literature review of the work done previously by someone, that will be a secondary one. Or if otherwise you get a piece of that work, suppose you get a software, and that
New
software
software. Okay.
actually is there with you. Now you want to infer something out of it. You want to work on its improvement of that particular software. That software itself can be a primary source for you.
For example, if uh, may I continue, sir? Okay. For
Please.
example, if I use some biomedical system, for example, any diabetic system or for glucose level checking, and I apply a new technology related to artificial intelligence, and I will get better performance in comparison to previous one. So it also be secondary work.
Yes, of course, it is a secondary because you are already referring something which has already been published.
Okay, sir.
But if you are having that system, those evidences are live with you. For example, you have the live samples of the blood in which you are trying to find the sugar, and you're trying to analyze those. So those evidences will be primary for you. See, one clear difference is there. If the primary source creates any evidence,
okay, sir.
If any source creates any evidence, it will be a primary one.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Suvir. Yeah, Charanjit Singh was also there. I was just about to tell. Yeah, Charanjit ji, you want to ask something, sir?
Hello, sir. I think my doubt was cleared, sir, in the previous question asked by me.
Because I was just about to come to you, sir.
Sir, my doubt is already cleared, sir.
Great, great, great.
Thank you,
Fine. Yes, Suvir Chandra Dubey.
Yes, sir. It's a very good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
Actually, sir, as Shalini ji framed an example where there is a case of, I think, no primary sources and secondary sources. So, can you please discuss or frame an example where, as you have already told that sometimes same sources can be treated as a primary sources and secondary sources as well, sir?
Suvirji, what is your area of specialization?
Sir, characterization of composite material.
Sorry?
Characterization of composite materials.
Characterization of composite. You are from civil engineering?
No, sir, from mechanical engineering department.
Okay. Composite resources. So your work might be working on some metals.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you just want to give some a shape of some alloy or something like that, right?
Yes, sir. But I'm trying to focus on the waste material from where we can fabricate the composite materials.
Fine. Then listen to me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Whenever you will be referring some literature review, the work which has already been done in the form of a published papers or something like that, that will be a secondary source for you. But when that particular composite material is in front of you, okay, yes, and you are experimenting on it,
yes,
that particular material will be a primary source for you. The outcome which you are, suppose you are turning something, okay, turning happens when you are, turning might be if you are a mechanical engineer.
Yes, sir.
So when you are turning some specific metal and you want to prepare some part out of that turning on the machine, so that particular outcome will be a primary source for you on which you can write. Suppose you want to just try the strength of some material which is being used in the machinery these days, right? So that particular material will be a primary for you.
Primary, yes,
right? But if you are referring some already published research papers on certain materials, those sources will be a secondary for you. Got it?
Yes, sir. I'm definitely, sir. Clear, sir.
Excellent.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So yeah. So let us now proceed further with the certain other things which are there. So we can just. I hope you are able to see the presentation. Presentation is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
there are
sir.
gaps of the literature review. So a gap in the literature review is a research question relevant to the given domain that has either not been answered at all or inadequately addressed in the existing peer-reviewed scholarship. Right. So a gap in the literature review may emerge if, number one, the question has not been addressed in a given domain, although it may have been addressed in a similar or related areas. But in a given domain, it is not addressed, and you want to study that in a given domain, right? Next is a question has never been asked before, but it is now merit exploration due to changes in the accepted theory, data collection technology, or culture. That's what I was talking about. Okay, and rest is regarding the methodology. Okay, so the question has been asked and tested in the peer-reviewed research, but the method were either questionable, validity means it was having a question of validity or had necessitated limited applicability of results. Okay, so alternatively, a replication study could be done to verify a published study results if appropriate. So these are the three type of literature review gaps which we actually try to find out from the literature, and we try to address our question, or you can say we try to authenticate our own work which we want to do. So these are the things which are required. So number one is if the things are not addressed in a given domain, but it has been addressed in some other domain, right? For example, cybercrime. Cybercrime may not have been addressed, though it is addressed in the domain of your computer science engineering, but the impact, other things have not been properly addressed in the criminology part. So what type of law should be created on it? That can be one angle to see it. And creation of the law on the basis of the things which can happen in the computer science domain is totally different from the law domain. So in law domain, it has not been addressed, but in the domain of computer science, it might have been addressed. Okay. So that particular question can be addressed from the law domain point of view also. So those people who are doing the work on cybercrime can include these things also in a part of their study. That is a legal bent, that to what extent the law has been prepared on certain grounds, that can give you a very good idea of how you can proceed further, giving or you can say indicating that what law is to be prepared. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that is what it is. Second is the question which has never been asked, something like that which you have evolved, that which has never been there because the evidences were not there, the exploration was not there, but because of the time, like this COVID-19 was never there before. So anything which is related to this will definitely will be there, and it can form a part of a good literature review because it's a need of the time, it's a need of the culture, it's a need of the technology or the things which we are doing. Suppose, for example, this one of our professors from our university is working on detection of COVID only through the imaging. Our professor Vijay Pal Singh Dhaka has come up with certain things which is totally means a disruption in whatsoever tests are going on. So just seeing the images of the lungs, and he has actually developed a technology that how to detect that this particular person is having COVID or not, without waiting so much of time for 24 or 48 hours for it. You can instantly do it. So that is something which has not been addressed, or the methodology which is not there. So he has actually put a challenge to it, and I think he is going for patenting his particular work also. So this is how we actually do it. This is how we actually run the things, and this is how we actually do it. Okay, so these are the things which are to be addressed, and these are the literature review or literature gaps which have to be addressed in one or the other way. Okay, now next are regarding certain pitfalls. Okay, so what are the pitfalls where we the gaddas where we just go? Okay, so that is something related to. So first of all, the first most important thing is the internet. Where we start from where we start searching these days. So internet was not there before. So internet is there now. So is internet a good literature source? That is a big question. So here, another thing, what we can say is that the internet provides a huge amount of data, right? It provides a lot of information, and it services countlessly for any of the researcher. Okay, but again, there is a question mark on that. So can we fully trust the internet? That is the thing. That's why it's a question mark. Because of the ownership of the data and the information shared, there is a question that we can't trust it properly. So the internet provides pseudoscience and poor research sometimes. The documentation provided in the internet may not be correct and may be wrong path for a researcher, and this is one of the pitfall in which researchers may go. So therefore, the identification of the correct material is the one of the challenges for the researchers, and what I have previously also suggested you that go for only those things which are peer reviewed. Okay, so go for certain things which are indexed. So those journals which are indexed will provide you good information and which will be acceptable by all. Just merely searching the things on internet, just merely going and looking for the papers on internet will not land you up anywhere. Okay, so that is one of the pitfall in which we must not fall in. Okay, now another pitfall in the literature review is the trade magazines or the journals. Okay, so without much reviews or evaluation, some articles are published and they are recommended for the publication. So these articles may not give any result, or they may give some false result for the followers. So these may mislead a researcher, and actually he will not be able to come up to a conclusion, and it will rather confuse the literature. So here comes the role of a supervisor, that your supervisor must authenticate that what type of literature review you are searching. Now, previously, one thing I told you, if you are not able to find literature review in any of the peer reviewed or index journals also, then where to start with? But there is some literature which is available on the internet, but at the same time, you must consult your supervisor that, sir or madam, is this a proper place from where I can start my research with? So at least to start your research with, that can be a source, but please get it authenticated by your supervisor, by your peer, or otherwise what happens, you can have one, your supervisor can organize. I have 8 scholars. So what I try to do is that I try to keep a meeting of those scholars and would like everyone to discuss certain things, or would means that will be good that everyone presents in front of everyone. So you get prepared. Okay, so that is what it should be, and that is what it has to be. So there, everyone is free to ask any question of their liking. So that will prepare a researcher in a better way to, and with the confidence to present his or her research. And that's what we are also doing over here by preparing this group, which will be having certain discussion afterwards. So in these 15 days, I will be going with your second part of your assignment also, which is a literature review. I hope you have already freezed with your titles and your collaborators, and also now that those collaborator team have to work all together in order to come up with some, they have to go with some literature review, they have to search certain things, and they have to prepare a literature review of 3 or 4 pages or 5 or 6 pages at least, which I will see that the direction of the literature review, how it is moving. One thing you must always keep in mind, that whatever you write, it must be understandable by a layman. Okay, then only it is a good work. Okay, so your supervisor will throw a light and he will give a direction on, and he will give a feedback, or he will get the feedback arranged from someone else, so that you may not get confused. And also, if you involve yourself, if you indulge yourself in such type of literature which are of no use, it is sheer a wastage of time, and time is money, I suppose. Okay, so that is how you should be aware, and you should not get into these pitfalls, at least, right? Now further, what I was telling you about, that what is good and poor literature review, that what can be there in order to distinguish between the poor and good and poor literature review. So I have just made these 5 points I've taken from one of the book. Okay, so a good literature review is a synthesis of available research, and a poor literature review is just an annotation of the bibliography. Okay. So as I have already told you, that there should be at least there should be at least 3. Pooja Agarwal, you have some question? I will take your question afterwards. Okay, let me just finish with this. We'll take you up, right? So I have already told, I was telling you that I have already told you that you must at least have 200 to 300 reviews in your PhD in order to authenticate it. Those literature reviews or those bibliography can be from, right, maybe from all Cuban journals, but at the same time, these should be properly synthesized. There should be a proper flow of it, right? Just quoting it and making it a bibliography will not land you up anywhere. So that is first most important point we have to consider. Second is the critical evaluation. Whenever we are writing a literature review, you must have a critical view of what a person has told. It means that here itself, everyone in this world is full of pros and cons, and God has given us an eye to see both. Unfortunately, we just only see the negative part of the others. We do not see the positive. At the time when we want to see the negative, we do not see negative. Here is the time to see the negative. Whenever you are doing a literature review, have a critical eye of what the others have done. And sometimes those who will be a clever and a good researcher, what they will do, whatever they have found a critical one, they will just try to add it or address it in the scope of the future study, or they will try to keep it in a way that it is something which they themselves might have identified, because every research is full of limitations, because you cannot do your research unlimitedly. Okay, any research, any research, and at the same time it should be replicable also. Okay, so if the replica is not there, if you are not at all able to generalize your finding, that particular research is also a poor research, right? So a critical evaluation has been there. Now here what happens? A confirmed description we used to write. We do not just try to think it from other point of view, and we just try to, okay, this person has said this person has said this, and we keep on writing our literature review like that. But if we put a critical eye, means critical eye doesn't always means to criticize someone. Okay, critical eye is something you see a positive aspect also of the same, and accordingly you just mention what he has not written, because that will help you in creating your own scope of the study, which is more authentic for you, right? So next is, it has an appropriate breadth and depth. Okay, sometimes what happens that if you do not have a proper breadth and the depth of it, mostly the literature review lacks the depth. Breadth is there because we try to cover all the things, and as I've already told you, that literature is something not only literature, the research is something from where we start from the generalization and we come to the specification. At the same time, what we do is a bad literature review or a poor literature review will keep you only in generalizing the things. Okay, when you are only in generalization and you are not at all able to come to the specification, it means you have only done the breadth work, but depth is not there. Unless you go in deep, you will not be able to reach to the specification which you want to address. And in that case, your review will be narrow and it will be a shallow one. Okay, so further, it has a clarity and consciousness, conciseness. Okay, so that's what is needed in a literature review. Whenever you are writing something, keep in mind your research question, and whenever you are criticizing, so there has to be a balance between these two. Sometimes what happens, we keep on criticizing those which is of no use for us, and we in daily life also we keep on doing those things. So we have to save ourselves from these while writing a literature review also, and in a daily life also. Okay, so you must be focused about your own goals, not only in daily life but also in your research work. Okay, so that what is needed. And what happens in the poor literature review is that review text is confusing, it is long-winded. Sometimes we find the thesis of so long pages, means, and it comes out to nothing. Yesterday itself I have received one paper for a review, 25 pages paper, and I could see that it can be concise only in 7 to 8 pages. That is an art how you do it, because if you are focused about doing these things, then only you will be able to reach in a proper way. Okay, so this is how we do it. Further, it uses, means a good literature review uses a rigorous and consistent method. Actually, doing a good literature review is a little bit hard. It is something which is which needs a lot of you can say rigor. Otherwise, what happens? You just keep on quoting that bibliography and literature review is done in the arbitrary way, which actually make you more confused rather than convince. So whenever you are writing literature review, your literature review should be convincing. It should be, I have told you, it should be like a river that flows flawlessly. Okay, and when we are at the bank of those rivers which are flowing flawlessly, you feel soothing, you feel delight, right? So same should be in the case of literature review. Keep on reading certain literature reviews, or you can say some papers. You will find that what type of things are being done. So those researches, those papers which are there in good journals, definitely will give you a good literature review. It will give you a soothing feeling that yes, it is there. And sometimes it happens, sometimes people complain me, sir देखिए ना ये इतना Q1 का जर्नल में ऐसा ऐसा कर दिया. तो देखिए उसका कोई अंत नहीं है, but you can actually distinguish between that what is good and what is not. You are writing a good book. What is a good book or what is a good literature? You know it very well. You might be having a flow when we are reading some novel, something like that, and it is connected, well knitted, connected, and you are getting to know that how how the outcome will be, or to what extent it is going towards, right? So it is something like that. You might have watched some movies which are having no story at all. Okay, अरे यार कोई स्टोरी नहीं था, कुछ मजा ही नहीं आया, इसका क्या मीनिंग निकला, कुछ भी नहीं. Am I correct or not? So sometimes movies are also like that. In the same way, a movie like Gadar, you can say, I remember, what a story, what a beautiful story it has been passing through. What a mix of humor, what a mix of romance and all, and what a mix of, you can say, action also, and a meaning also, right? And the need of the time too, right? So that is something which is required in a good literature review. And movies which are getting, these days are more or less, chalu type, okay, fine, having no conclusion. So these type of literature reviews are not at all appreciated, right? So this is all about what the literature review is and how we should go for it. So if you have something to ask, I think you might be having some question. Yeah, Pooja Agarwal has raised her hand for the question.
Sir, actually I have another class at 12 o'clock.
You please quit, no problem. You can see my videos afterward. Those who are having classes, na, they can go. Sometimes it exceeds, it's 12:15. You can go in other class, no problem. Don't ask, you just leave it. And don't worry, attendance will be marked because you are here. You have entered, right?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pooja. Yeah. Anyone, anything else, any question you want to ask or anything you want to discuss, you are most welcome. Yeah, Sachin ji.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. My question is, when we are critically evaluating somebody else.
ठंड पड़ गई है.
हाँ sir, थोड़ी ठंड पड़ गई है. Somebody else literature. So apart from looking into its research methodology and his findings, what other things we should write in our literature? When suppose I am quoting your literature, you have written a paper, so I am reviewing your methodology as well as your findings. So apart from writing a gist of your methodology and findings, what else I should do that will say that yes, I have properly or critically analyzed that particular.
Sir, it totally depends on your own research question, sir.
Okay.
Suppose, for example, I have mentioned you yesterday itself that I have done one work because my PhD was on customer satisfaction on banking. So I have done that work on customer satisfaction of banking. So what I have not included, that can be a part of it. Suppose I have included only 120 participants.
Sir, so one thing. Sir, that was your research funnel. That was your research objective, and it was your environment which led to 120 respondents. How as I am as a researcher can comment on your methodology and your limited
No, it is. Methodology is sometimes it's not questionable, because if it is complete in all the respect, you cannot question the methodology at all.
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Now, what happens is that here itself, suppose you want to refer my things, so you can just you can just see it from your point of view, that in the present context, I have done it, the customer satisfaction of ATMs in the context when the ATMs have come newly. Now that literature review you want to present in today's context where there is abundance of ATM.
Yes.
Right. Now still is the customer satisfied? So here you can use my work which I have done, the parameters which I have used at that time. Now let me tell you the parameters which I have used at that time and on which you can write a critic. Right. What I just told over at that time was that the time of receiving the ATM. Sachinji, at that time you have to go to bank and apply for the apply for the card, and then you receive ATM after 10-15 days. A person who is eager to receive his ATM because he was the new things have come up. Now yes, I want to insert my ATM and I want to know how the machine gives the money, and the bank is unnecessarily delaying it. What will happen to my satisfaction? It will go down. It will go down or not?
Yes.
Now
yes.
that context is not applicable today. Why? Because as soon as you apply it to the bank, they already have a ATM kit with a checkbook and all these things prepared, and along with the gift they give you that particular thing. So that thing which was relevant at that time is not relevant today.
Yes.
Now in my paper which I have quoted at that time, you can write in your review that Pahwa 2012 has given this thing, and which is not relevant in today's time. You can write it because time has passed.
So,
but
if you are aware that this is not relevant, why should I write, sir?
Sorry,
sir. If I am aware now that this literature is not relevant in today's context, so can I take it?
So drop it, sir.
No, this is my question. This is my confusion.
No, you have told me, sir, how would I be able to critique you? So I have told you a method.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So this is one thing which you can, if you really want to include my literature, you can just quote it in this way. You can refer it that he has done these are the parameters which he has taken at that time, which can be dropped during the present context. At least get to have some knowledge about that. Yes, you have done a really critical literature review.
Okay, so then I will be able to find the gap from there.
So these are the gaps, no, sir?
Right, sir. Right, sir. Right, sir.
Just,
I'm getting
just
it. I'm getting it.
What I have just now told you, those how to identify what are the gaps which can be identified. So keeping in mind your research question, you can find the gaps, because always you have to keep in mind that what is relevant to you, how you can identify the gaps. So this will help you out in that. So this particular work, if you are doing presently in context of ATMs, so this can be the thing which can be quoted as such that these are the things which he has done at that time, and these were not relevant, are not relevant these days.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Okay. And one general question: कितने साल पुरानी स्टडी हम लोग ले सकते हैं, सर?
सर 200 साल, 300 साल, आप 5000 साल पुरानी लो ना. Suppose मुझे
time is not an issue.
तो अगेन आई विल, सर आपका रिसर्च क्वेश्चन क्या है उस पर डिपेंड करेगा. मुझे जो है वो महाभारत का जो कृष्ण अर्जुन का जो वार्तालाप था उसको मुझे आज के मैनेजर्स के उससे कंपेयर करना है. आप मुझे बताओ मैं क्या करूं? मुझे तो लेना पड़ेगा ना कि गीता का वो पाठ जो भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को पढ़ाया था उस टाइम पे, वो आज की तारीख में कितना रेलिवेंट है? क्या हमें वो बताता है कि यू शुड बी अ फोकस्ड मैनेजर? इस पे वैसे बहुत रिसर्च हो चुकी है, आपको जस्ट एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ. तो इसका कोई अंत नहीं है सर. आपका रिसर्च क्वेश्चन क्या है उस पर डिपेंड करेगा कि आप क्या लेते हैं और क्या आपको लेना चाहिए. That's why I am emphasizing more on the research question. Keep that in mind and do the literature review, thinking that how can you identify? I have just now told you how to identify the gaps.
Yes, sir.
वो आप ले सकते हैं.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Right, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Right, sir. Sachin ji.
Sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Ritu madam.
Sir, there was just a request in case you could post some recommended literature review on the Teams, so we could go through and then probably there could be some more questions and discussions.
Madam, I will give you one exercise on that. in which I will be taking one research paper and will give you all those references which has been used in order to write that research paper. Then we'll tell you how to just, clearly write that literature review, that what is the relevance of the literature you've been written. I will give you a piece of, means from my point of view, what is a good literature. I will give you one piece of that. Just refer to that. You will be able to understand. Don't worry, but it will take some time. Give me some time for it, because this is something which is a workshop mode type of thing. And it cannot be completed in this one. Actually, let me tell you my timing. Your timing for other classes are 45 minutes. You know, na? I have deliberately kept it 1 hour and I extended to 1.7 घंटा लगी जाता है हमें 1 hour 15 minutes, and that too sometimes I'm not satisfied with this. So it takes a lot of time in order to make you all understand and make you all sink in what I am telling. So please allow me some time. I will organize one workshop on this, which will be of 3 hours and purely for those people, those who are really interested to do it. Okay, not be compulsory. Because यहाँ पे कुछ लोग compulsorily आ रहे हैं कि यार वो attend नहीं किया तो absent mark हो जाएगी. And I am also seeing, because my university has told me कि भाई you have to take the attendance properly and these attendance will be counted towards making you eligible for your exams. So that is the thing. So these things which are, आप क्या है ऋतु मैम, आप शौक से कुछ चीज करना चाहते हो तो वो चीजें थोड़ा सा मुझे टाइम अलाउ कीजिए, क्योंकि मैं वो करवाऊंगा तो जरूर, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग हैं यहाँ पे जिनको मतलब इन डेप्थ रिसर्च सीखना है. Will definitely go for it. Allow me some time and please keep on taking the notes of it कि मैंने क्या क्या promise किया, मैं सब करवाऊंगा. Before I end my classes, I will ensure कि मैंने जो आपको कहा था वो सब हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ. नहीं हुआ तो मैं और आगे extend करूंगा. Or otherwise I will organize some workshop. Or even sometimes if you want, I can take 1-to-1. No problem in that. Because my purpose is that these has to be fulfilled. Right, ma'am? Yeah. So anything else for today by anyone else? प्रियंका, मैं क्लास में 1 मिनट लगाता हूँ आपको. नहीं मैं यूनिवर्सिटी में हूँ नहीं, आज घर पे ही हूँ. Right. So let us just sign off for the day. So at present there are 69 attendees. Fine. So. See you in the next class itself. I hope. I think today's 15th. I may organize some class in between. Otherwise, there will be a gap of these 15 days. Will not be taking any class these days. Right? Let us see. We'll inform you on the group itself, and accordingly we will fix up the things. Right? Thank you all, and thanks for attending the class.